This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Thousands of foreign nationals residing in the Bahamas have a few days left to ensure that they've got the required documents to reside and work in this country.
Well, Foreign Affairs and Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell told our news team today that the necessary requirements are in place for the new immigration policy to begin this coming Saturday, November 1st.
The idea is to get all this documentation in order and to exclude all those who don't have a right to be in the Bahamas. It's as simple as that, and nothing more complicated, and it just behooves everybody to conform with the new rules. The commencement date is the 1st of November. I'm sure there'll be little ripples here and there, but essentially we have to start and we have to get it in order.
Now, the Haitian community is asking for an extension to that November 1st deadline when the new immigration policy is expected to take effect. The Department of Immigration has promised, though, that those living here without proper documentation and passports could face repatriation. And as the deadline now days away, those who stand to be affected most are hoping that government will hear their cries. Clint Watson went into one Shanty town community today.
The ticket money.
Illegal migrants living in this Haitian shanty town off Joe Farrington Road know that they have only days to leave the country or face repatriation. And while they know they're here legally, they still hope government will hear their cries for an extension.
The baby daddy died. He get 2 children.
You have 2 children?
Yeah. So he don't have no place to go. So right now he said he won't go back home. How he could go home right now? Since this is Saturday, he should be get home. He get no plane ticket, nothing to go.
And it's not that persons in this community aren't taking the warning call seriously. The parents of these 2 boys here have already packed up their bags, ready to head back to Haiti. The problem is there are no plane tickets. They can't afford tickets for them and for their sons. So they're now sitting here wondering what's the next move.
They're ready to go home. They put pressure on me. Right now they say, Pastor St. Louis, I won't go home right now. Ask the government to help us to go home right now because we won't leave in time they give us here, because they want some time right now to go because they don't have nothing.
Pastor Selena St. Louis has been working with the community to make them ready.
But they put pressure on me right now for the ticket money to go home. I don't know what I must do right now because the Minister Foreign Fred Mitchell asked in the government to ask to all the Haitians illegally leave the Bahamas. Right now I wait for his sponsor to the government right now to let me know what I could do with these people who won't go to the Haiti.
Some families are packing up, getting ready to go. But as they do so, it's a walk of faith, as they still don't know how they will leave.
And while there are many who are prepared to head back home to Haiti, though funds may be limited, there's a family that doesn't have anyone to go to in Haiti. Matter of fact, they call the Bahamas home. Meet Maxim Paul. He's a father who has 6 children. He says, despite the fact that he's from Haiti, he came here at the age of 10. His children were all born here in the Bahamas. He knows no one in Haiti, and neither does his children. Yet, he's being asked to leave.
I feel that's a very good risk to me to carry all them children home.
Right. You don't want to carry them to Haiti?
No. Because when I hit home, they ain't know nothing about the home. Even me too, I know nothing about the home. I don't care, it's my country.
Right.
But my old man died. My mother died. What I can do at home with them, one child in my hand, no food, no farm, nothing. No money to take care of them. When they reach home, what they can do? Big gang robbing people. Because they ain't born in the country, they ain't know nothing to do. Even me, I was born in the country. When I was living my country, I was 10 years old.
We get almost 20,000.
20,000?
Yes.
Do these people work? How are they surviving here in the Bahamas?
But some weekend, some weekend. Because we are Haitian, we work together, we like to live, to support one another. That's what we love from Haiti to come whenever we're going. We like to help one another.
Pastor St. Louis admits that he feels alone in his attempt to try and get persons in this community to comply. He says that so many other pastors could be assisting, but simply aren't. He says it's difficult to ignore the cries of the people who want to comply, but just simply aren't able to afford it. He's hoping the government will consider other options to address this vexing problem. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Anxiety over the pending immigration policy seems to be showing up in the Haitian community, as you've seen in that story just produced by our Clint Watson. Well, today a fire in a small neighborhood where residents say they had acquired through a lease is being blamed on a government agency. Keishla Adderley tonight tells us who is being blamed and what impact residents say the recent turn of events are having on them.
Smoldering debris is all that's left where the homes of 3 Haitian families once stood. The houses off Fire Trail Road were burnt to the ground, according to residents, around 10 o'clock this morning. This man shied away from our cameras but was quite vocal when asked about what happened, placing blame for the blaze at the feet of immigration officers.
Only 3 houses went up. This and this. And this one and that.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly which one exactly.
So how did you find out what happened?
No, but I can't find nothing because they didn't burn up our house.
But you were here when the fire broke out?
No, I ain't even here. I've been awake. When I come back, someone called me and said they burn our house.
And it was clear as we spoke to more of the residents that the pending November 1st implementation of the new immigration policy requiring non-residents to hold passports or leave the country was not far from their minds.
All them can't be banned at one time. They ain't close. They say immigration come and looking for illegally. They don't find them and they put fire on the house. And from yesterday, they come to break my door, and 3 times they break my door. When I be inside, when I go looking inside the house, my bed lift up, my pocket, I get one big bag who get my clothes on it, my jockey and thingam. They chop that in my floor. They ain't looking for no illegally, man. They looking for thief and the people. I could say that.
Officer in charge of the enforcement unit, Kirkland Neely, said the allegations are ridiculous and challenged accusers of the department to back up their charges. Further, Neely says there have been no home raids since last Monday, only random street pickups. Here's his reasoning for the allegations.
Absolutely no true. We were there. One time was there because it is a new Shanty town. It is a new Shanty town. The people who were run off the highway by Coca-Cola started to build this new Shanty town. We discovered the Shanty town, and my thing is, why would an immigration officer have to burn down houses? Why it didn't happen before? We need not burn down any place because we could go in and get the people out of stuff. Whatever deploy they're trying to use to throw us off the agenda what the minister and the government made for us off the face, and one with any away.
Come Saturday, all foreign nationals will be subject to the new immigration rules. Ordelius, forced by tragedy to weigh his options, already seems to be leaning in a particular direction.
Did you send all Haitian back home? One who get permit or one who ain't got no permit. So just make one big meeting and say, okay, everybody ready to go back home. I ready to go back home. Myself just now. I get permit. I have 15 permits on myself now.
But you're ready to go back?
Yes, I ready to go back because I can't let them put fire on me.
Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
We'll certainly keep an eye on this and keep you updated. Well, in other news, the Bahamian man who recently pleaded guilty in the United States for his role in a human smuggling attempt that ended fatally last year has been sentenced to 14 years in prison. Back in May, 53-year-old Naman Davis pleaded guilty in federal court to 1 count of encouraging and inducing aliens to enter the United States, resulting in death, and 1 count of aiding and assisting an aggravated felon to enter the United States. Court documents say Davis was steering the boat used to smuggle the migrants from Bimini to South Florida on October 15, 2013, which later capsized. Davis and another man reportedly jumped overboard before the boat went under. Court papers also show that 5 of 13 migrants on board got trapped underneath the capsized vessel, and 5 were female, and 4 of them died. 4 other men have also pleaded guilty for their role in the incident but have not yet been sentenced. Davis will be deported to the Bahamas once he's finished serving his sentence.
Now to court news here at home. The sentencing hearing of convicted killer Halcia Smith was adjourned again today as her psychological report wasn't ready. A jury convicted 24-year-old Smith earlier of killing her boyfriend Aldine Gibson Jr. 2 years ago following an argument. She was scheduled to be sentenced back on October 2nd. However, her psychiatric report wasn't ready at that time and the matter was adjourned to today's date. The mother of one is now expected to be sentenced on November 19th. Also from the courts, a prosecutor had to explain to a Supreme Court judge today why it took 8 years for the unlawful sex case of Christopher Butler to be completed. Butler was expected to be sentenced today, after a jury convicted him earlier of having unlawful sex with a 9-year-old girl back in 2005. However, Justice Carolita Bethel spent most of the sentencing exercise trying to sort out the dates Butler spent on remand awaiting trial, as she has to give him credit for time served. Well, with the help of the prosecutor and Butler, Justice Bethel determined that it took 4 years for Butler's preliminary inquiry to be completed in the magistrate's court and another 4 years before the trial was completed in the Supreme Court. Now, the convict also spent time on remand during that time. The prosecutor then explained in court today that there were a number of adjournments that resulted in the delay, noting that Butler never contributed in any way to the delay. Supreme Court Justice Bethel then adjourned the sentencing to Thursday morning.
The Ministry of Health confirming today that a traveler who was on a charter flight from the state of Tennessee to Exuma displayed symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea. As per the National Ebola Preparedness Protocol, the aircraft was diverted to New Providence. A healthcare team then evaluated the patient. Moments later, it was determined that the patient did not travel to an Ebola-affected area nor had any contact with anyone who had traveled to an Ebola-affected area. There were no other passengers with any signs of illness upon evaluation, and since there were no determined threat to the public, clearance was given for the aircraft to proceed to its destination.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Siaska Adderley. Caribbean Pavement Solutions, a subsidiary of Bahamas Striping Group of companies, recently introduced its revolutionary product, Rejuvaseal, to the Bahamian market. Rejuvaseal is an asphalt rejuvenator designed to help preserve and prevent asphalt from degrading from oxidation from the weather, water, fuel, and other elements. In other business news, founder and president of Islands Tours, Jamie Lewis, paid a courtesy call on U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Lisa Johnson following his recent participation in the U.S. Department of State-sponsored International Visitor Leadership Program. The program focused on government initiatives that support civic engagement and innovation. While there, Lewis visited several U.S. cities where the rise of social entrepreneurship in the United States was examined and how innovation can drive social and environmental change. As a follow-up to the program, Lewis will facilitate a 90-minute presentation on the impact of social entrepreneurship at the Harry Seymour Library tomorrow. And in international news, Air France KLM reported today that last month's pilot strike cost an estimated 416 million euros in lost revenues as officials published third-quarter operating profits that fell by more than half. Officials added that the combined effect of the strike and the seasonal dip in the fourth-quarter demand would remove 500 million euros from its 2.3 billion euros earnings target for 2014. The airline said it would also adjust investments and cut costs next year. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Siaska Adderley.